Hey guys, I'm George, the Nice Gentleman, and it's time for your daily dose of some fragrance content. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about some brand new releases from Armaf, Fragrance World, and French Avenue. The three fragrances featured in today's video are called Magnificent Satin from Armaf, Just Choco from Fragrance World, and Raw Blend Bourbon from French Avenue. And the first fragrance that I'm going to talk about will be the one from Fragrance World, which is called Just Choco. Now, to be honest, I couldn't find the box, so I'm not going to show it to you, but this fragrance comes from the same line as other scents that are called Just as Rock, Just as SWAT, Just Wardy. So basically you're getting pretty much the same presentation apart from the coloring of the bottle, which in this case is sort of on this dark brownish color. The name is Just Choco. The color combination should tell you enough about the scent of this fragrance. Now, some of those fragrances from this line are actually in a way sort of on the job that Fragrance World have taken at Latafa, but in this case, if you look at this bottle will remind you a lot of the bottle of Assad bourbon from Latafa. But to be honest, apart from the color combination and the sort of a bottle design, this has nothing to do with Assad bourbon scent wise. This is very different, so don't go in and expecting that this will smell in a way similar to the Latafa fragrance. The sprayer in action, it's a good sprayer, has a nice distribution. And the scent itself, I'm starting with this one because I find this one out of all three that are featured in today's video the least interesting fragrance. The name of the fragrance, Just Choco, and the color combination of the bottle and the box design, all that should tell you that this smells like a chocolate, and it does smell straight up like a, a chocolate, a bar of chocolate. And to be honest, I don't find this to be a very interesting. There is some vanilla with this fragrance, there's a milk chocolate note with this fragrance, which is very strong. On the dry down, you're going to be introduced to a bit of musk as well, maybe also a hint of spiciness. It's not overly sweet, but again, it's more on the simplistic side, simply because this smells like chocolate. And to be honest, I don't know about you, but I personally don't want to smell like a bar of chocolate. And also another thing that I don't find very exciting about this fragrance is the performance as well. I've personally have been getting a pretty moderate performance out of it, maybe 5 to 6 hours, with also very moderate projection, so it doesn't shine on that front either. So getting a pretty simplistic chocolate based scent profile that feels very gourmand, and also this doesn't have a great performance at the same time. To be honest, I don't find it very masculine as well. This is probably more on the unisex side, and I personally don't see any other reason to own this one apart from maybe try to layer it with some other fragrances. And if you know good layering combinations that involve chocolate based fragrance with something else, please use the comment section below this video to let me know what this could be layered with to create something more interesting, because again, on its own this doesn't smell very interesting, doesn't smell very exciting, it's more on the simplistic side. The next one that I'm going to talk about will be the one from Armaf, which is called Magnificent Satin. It comes from this line, Magnificent line of fragrances, which contains a few other things. This is the first one from this line that I'm actually buying. I've tried a few of them. There's a dark blue one, which I think is was a clone of Dior Sauvage Cool Spray, which is actually a pretty decent fragrance. Package wise, it looks interesting. You get a nice looking box, a blue, sort of a light blue box with some silver accents. You got this fake crystal on the front. The concentration here is EDP. The bottle size is 100 milliliters, the same as actually about Just Choco. This is also 100 milliliters and EDP concentration. I'm going to show you the sprayer in action of Armaf Magnificent Satin, and I'm going to tell you what I think about the scent. The sprayer is good. It's not the best one in the world, but it's good. Now this blue one is presented, is sort of marketed as a masculine fragrance, but to be honest, I find it to be more on the unisex side. It's I don't think it's a clone of anything out there. I think this is an original Armaf creation, which is an interesting fact, something that you rarely see from the brand of Armaf. And this smells pretty floral. It smells a little bit green. There's a bit of maybe a hint of spiciness with this fragrance, and a bit of sweetness. It's a very sort of a neutral type of scent that doesn't lean too heavy into any territory. It's not overly floral, it's not woody, it's not spicy, overly spicy, it's not too sweet. It's very neutral. That way, I think, for me personally, this smells quite unisex. It's a very non-offending scent, very safe to wear scent, maybe something that you wear to the office, you know, or for any type of occasion like a casual grab, something like that. I can't say again, just like with just Choco, that I've been very impressed with this one in particular, although it doesn't smell bad. Maybe has a hint of a sort of a shower jelly or shampoo vibe. This also makes it, that shampoo vibe makes it again smelling a little bit feminine to my nose, especially the opening can come across a little bit too feminine for some of you because it has quite a bit of florals. Once it goes into its dry down, becomes a little bit sweeter. Maybe you're introduced to a hint of woods and musks. This is where it becomes a little bit more masculine, but still, for me personally, this smells quite a bit unisex. Again, nothing spectacular, nothing special as a scent, although at the same time it's not bad at all. Has a slight synthetic smell in the opening. After the first few minutes that goes away. Those are, you know, the bad things. The good things are that this can be pretty versatile, that it's very safe to wear in a crowded environment. And also another good thing about this one is the fact that it has a pretty good performance. I was surprised at getting about 7 to 8 hours of performance with nice projection in the first about hour and a half. And the last one that I'm going to quickly talk about will be the one from French Avenue that's called Raw Blend Bourbon. This is the latest member of the Raw Blend line, and I'm a big fan of this line, especially the first two releases, Raw Blend and Raw Blend Nero. The third one, which was called Raw Blend Vintage, I can't say that I'm a huge fan of that one, although it's not a bad fragrance. And now we are introduced to Raw Blend Bourbon as well. Package wise, very similar to the other ones, very luxuriously packaged. Looking very nice, very sturdy box. Inside you'll get a small sort of a leaflet that contains information about the fragrance itself. 100 milliliter bottle size. Supposedly this comes in an extrait de parfum concentration. Again, sometimes with French Avenue I have my doubts when it comes to the concentration, because I think they can be a little bit misleading, at least from my experience. The bottle looks very similar to the other fragrances, this one having this sort of a darker brownish tint to it. I kind of like the way that this bottle looks. Probably the best looking one out, along with the black one, Raw Blend Nero. Good sprayer. Overall the quality is really nice with the scent as well. And now this, I think a lot of people are thinking about this one being a clone of the latest member of the Angel Share line, which I think is called Angel Share Paradise. To be honest, I've never tried the original fragrance, so I cannot tell you how close this feels to the original, but this smells very interesting. Now, the opening is probably the most interesting part. This smells very boozy, especially in the first few minutes, and it also smells very sweet. There's some vanilla, there's some chocolate with this one, a hint of mint, and a strong dose of that boozy sweetness, boozy note. I think it's a whiskey note. It's a very interesting scent. To me, the opening smells like a chocolate cookie that's soaked into a cup of whiskey. It's not for everybody, definitely. I'm pretty sure a lot of people won't like the opening of this one, but I'm kind of enjoying it, to be honest. After the first few minutes pass, this becomes a little bit less boozy. You still get quite a lot of the sweetness, and you start to be introduced to some woodiness as well. I think there's an oak note or something like that that's being used with this fragrance, and definitely it's the more it dries down, the more woody it becomes. Also, the less boozy it becomes, the less sweet it becomes, because that sort of a chocolatey note starts to wear off with time. And the dry down is more about a mix of the woods with a hint of the sweetness and a hint of the booziness. All around, this is a very interesting fragrance actually. Again, probably a lot of people won't like it, but I personally am enjoying this one a lot. The quality is good. And it smells quite unique. Performance wise, this is where again I'm going to quickly talk about the concentration. This is supposedly an extrait de parfum concentration, at least that's what the box is saying, but I cannot say that I've been getting very strong performance out of it. It's not a bad performer, but the total performance has been somewhere between 7 to 8 hours on my skin, which is not bad. But definitely when I say extrait de parfum, I expect a little bit better performance, at least when it comes to longevity. Projection wise, initially this projects very strong for the first about half an hour, but after that it very quickly starts to become more of a skin scent. But the total sort of an how to call it, a good projection that you're going to get out of this one will be for around about an hour and a half. It's a unisex fragrance that in my opinion leans to the masculine side because of the amount of booziness that it has, especially in the opening. The dry down may feel a little bit more unisex, and this is definitely a cold weather fragrance. And so guys, in today's video I talked about 3 of the brand new releases from the Middle East, from Fragrance World, Armaf and French Avenue. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like. And I also hope that you're going to join me tomorrow for your daily dose of some fragrance content. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.